Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something absolutely crucial, the psychology of a new fitness client. Why do so many people who seem super motivated just vanish within the first couple of months? Well, it turns out the answer has a lot less to do with the workout itself and way more to do with what's happening inside their head.
This is the kind of feedback that every single trainer dreads getting. But let's be honest, it happens. A new client comes in, they're full of hope, and then they end up in pain and just totally discouraged. See, this isn't just about a physical injury. It's a huge psychological blow. It can completely derail their fitness journey before it really even begins. So let's unpack exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how we can stop it.
All right, those first few sessions with a new person, they are so delicate. We really need to shift our whole mindset here. Think of it less like a workout and more like a first date. Seriously, everything is on the line, and the only goal is to build trust.
And this right here, this is the heart of the problem. There's this massive disconnect between what the trainer thinks they're selling and what the client is actually feeling. We get all excited, right? We want to show them this amazing, intense workout that's going to get them results. But the new client, they're not there yet, not even close. They are walking into a new environment feeling anxious, nervous, and full of self-doubt. They haven't really bought in yet. That moment, that doesn't really happen for another 6 to 8 weeks.
So when we fail to see that gap, what we create is what you'd call a drop-off experience. They've just invested a ton of money, but the actual training is so overwhelming that it basically confirms all their worst fears. And so, they quit. To stop this from happening, we first have to understand the invisible battle they've probably been fighting for years. To really, truly get our clients, we have to appreciate the long and often pretty painful journey that brought them to our door in the first place. For so many of them, it's a long history of literally fighting their own body. And it's all governed by one really powerful biological rule.
And that key concept is called homeostasis. Put simply, your body loves balance. It loves staying the same. It does not like change, and it will fight tooth and nail to maintain what it considers normal. This is the scientific reason behind so much of their frustration. And this is the vicious cycle that homeostasis creates. Let's walk through it. Someone starts at a stable weight, say 150 pounds. They gain a little bit, and their body sets a new normal. But then, when they go on a diet and cut calories, their metabolism freaks out and slows way down to save energy. So what happens when they go back to eating normally? The weight doesn't just come back, bam! It shoots past their old weight, because now their metabolism is running slower than ever.
And here's the part that is so crucial. It's not just about the number on the scale. Every single time they go through this diet cycle, they lose muscle and they gain more fat. This literally changes their body composition for the worse, which makes every future attempt to lose weight even harder from a physiological standpoint.
So by the time a client walks through your door, they are not a blank slate. Not at all. They are showing up with a metabolism that's been suppressed from years of dieting, and on top of that, a really heavy emotional burden from feeling like a failure over and over again. Knowing this, it changes everything about how we should be handling their first few weeks.
Okay, so given all this baggage, both physical and psychological, our approach at the beginning just cannot be about intensity. It can't. It has to be about rebuilding their confidence from the ground up. And you know what? The single best tool we have for this is something called RPE. RPE just stands for Rate of Perceived Exertion. It's a simple scale, 1 to 10, of how hard a client feels like they're working. But it's so much more than a training metric. For a new client, it's a communication tool. It's how we dial in their psychological experience and make sure they never feel overwhelmed.
So let's just break this scale down. A 10 is max effort. You've got absolutely nothing left in the tank. Most of our experienced clients, they live in that 7 to 8 range. They feel challenged, but they could probably still squeak out 2 or 3 more good reps. But for a brand new client, the magic number is somewhere else entirely.
Yep, a 5. For the entire first 2 weeks, the target RPE should be a 5. And a 5, let's be real, it feels like a warm-up. It is intentionally easy. The goal isn't to make them sore. The goal is for them to walk out of that session thinking, hey, you know what? That wasn't that bad. I could definitely do more. I can do this. We're building confidence here, not breaking down muscle.
And this is the fundamental shift we have to make in our own heads. The client is not paying you for a brutal workout. They can find that for free all over the internet. They are paying for your professional coaching, your ability to guide them, to build their confidence, to teach them. The intensity,
Oh, it'll come, but only after that foundation of trust is rock solid. Okay, so we've managed their physical intensity with RPE, we've made them feel comfortable, but there is one final incredibly powerful rule we need to put into practice to really lock in their commitment and make sure they keep coming back for more. Here it is, the golden rule. Every single client needs to leave every single session feeling successful. This win isn't always about lifting more weight. It's about the positive emotional state they're in when they walk out that door. And what counts as a win is totally subjective, right? It changes with experience. For a total beginner, the win might just be some specific praise like, wow, you really nailed the form on that last squat. That validates their effort and makes them feel competent. But for a veteran client, the win might be that feeling of absolutely crushing a personal best. So your job as a coach is to become an expert at this. It's about using your emotional intelligence. First, you just observe them, read their energy. Then, you figure out what that specific person needs to feel successful today. Is it praise? Is it a small challenge they can easily overcome? And then finally, you deliver that experience. You make sure they leave feeling encouraged, not defeated. I love this analogy. Think of it like you're running an ice cream shop. You don't give a brand new customer a giant tub of ice cream that makes them sick. No, you give them one perfect, delicious scoop that leaves them feeling satisfied but also really excited to come back tomorrow for more. Our workouts need to do the same thing. So the big takeaway here is this. To really master client retention in those first 60 days, we have to shift our focus from the purely physical to the deeply psychological. Understanding their past battles, carefully managing their experience with RPE, and engineering a daily win, that is the real secret to turning a nervous new client into a loyal, long-term success story. So the only question left is, what win does your client need from you today?